Bonjour Didier, Loïc, Infosport Plus, Canal Plus. Dans
Evening,
quelle mesure est-ce que
Didier,
vous avez
Canal
vécu il y a 3
Plus.
ans peut vous
To what
servir
extent
dans votre
what you
Ok.
went through 3 years
Et
ago is going to
par
help
rapport.
you
Non, mais
tomorrow for your
c'était il y a
team talk?
3 ans,
No, no,
c'était
but it was three
douloureux, bien
years ago. It
évidemment,
was
mais
3
on a
years
tout
ago. It
faire
was
pour que ça se
painful,
passe
but
pas comme
that's
ça.
it. We're going to do
Même
everything
si
we can to ensure that it doesn't go that way tomorrow.
l'expérience dans le négatif, oui,
From experience,
on apprend
yes.
aussi, mais bon,
You
on a fait
learn from
d'autres
your
choses depuis quand même
mistakes.
aussi, donc,
But
mais
there have
on a
been
une
other things
place
that have happened since. Water
en
under
quart
the
de finale à
bridge,
aller chercher.
and we
J'ai
are
bien
looking
précisé ma
for
question
that
sur le
quarterfinal
volet tactique
spot.
par rapport au système que vous
What
pourriez aligner,
tactical
dans
question
quelle
now?
mesure
What is
ce
the
losange dont on parle,
formation?
qu'il y
Are
ait,
we looking at a 4-4-2
de
diamond?
mettre
I
vos
don't know.
attaquants dans les meilleures conditions.
J'étais à
No,
l'entraînement, je crois.
4-4-2 diamond.
C'est le seul
Were you there at our
désagrément de
training
venir en
session?
conférence de presse après avoir fait le
I
dernier
don't know. I
entraînement.
hate doing the
Alors, je vais
conference,
pas
the press
commenter ce
conference
qu'on a fait, ce
after
qu'on
the
n'a pas
training
fait.
session.
Voilà,
I'm not going to comment on what we did, what we didn't
je
do
fais
this
en
morning.
sorte
I
toujours de mettre une équipe qui me paraît
I'm doing my best to put a team forward
d'avoir les
that
meilleures dispositions pour
is in the
mettre
best position
l'adversaire en
possible
difficulté et être
to give
solide
the opponent a
défensivement.
run for their money and to be strong down the
Certains
back.
diront peut-être que j'ai anticipé
Some people
les
will say
questions,
that I anticipated the questions or
que je
the next
change, donc
questions,
j'ai pas trouvé.
that
Et
I'm
quand j'avais
changing,
trouvé,
and
je
when I did
il n'y a pas de plan B,
find the
donc
right
voilà, je change
system
pas pour
or the
changer,
right
mais je peux amener
formation,
des
I'm
modifications.
not
Et
changing. I can have a plan
après, en
B.
toute
But
transparence, vous
to be
prenez
completely honest
une
with
équipe que
you,
vous considérez qui joue dans un tel
take a
système.
team
Vous
that you
prenez une
think
majorité de
plays
cette
in a
équipe et
formation,
à un
take
moment
a
et une minute
snapshot
après,
or a
ben, ça ne sera
frozen
pas forcément le même
picture of
positionnement.
that
Donc l'important pour moi, après, c'est les
standstill
deux
of that
animations,
team, and it won't be the
offensive
formation.
et
So
défensive,
it's about how we
où là,
work,
dans
what's our playing style
l'occupation
up front and down
des
the
zones,
back, and
avec
how can we occupy the
toujours
different
l'objectif de
spaces,
mettre
with the same objective
l'ensemble des
being
joueurs, quand c'est
how
possible,
can all of the players, when possible,
dans la meilleure situation. Mais ça
be
peut
in the
arriver
best
sur un ou
situation
deux, des
possible.
fois,
But that
voilà,
will
c'est
only
pas la
happen once or
position
twice,
idéale.
or it's the
Quand
ideal
ça peut être
position
pour le bien du groupe, mais
for the good of the
l'objectif est
group.
celui-là. Après, vous
But
décomposez
that's my objective, and then you
sur
can
des
pull
formes
apart
géométriques différentes.
the different geometric shapes
Ça
and
fait partie
sizes that you
du
want.
jeu.
But I guess that's part of the game.
Oui.
Jeunesse
Good
Bernal,
evening,
Sud Info, le soir en
Didier.
Belgique. J'ai
Jeunesse
une question qui
Bernard
mêle un peu
from
le passé et le présent.
Belgium.
En cas de
I just
nouvelle
want to
séance de
mix
tir au
past
but,
and
comme un
present.
choix
If we've got a new
aléatoire,
penalty shootout
est-ce que dans ce
tomorrow,
cas-là, on se pose souvent la question, est-ce qu'il
in
faut faire
this
tirer
case,
les meilleurs joueurs avant ou
are you
après?
going to get
Vous
your
savez, la chanson
best
de Pisa
players
Kylian
shooting
qui fait
before
souvent
or
rire.
after? I wanted to ask
Je vous
Kylian before.
soupçonnerais d'être un journaliste
Okay,
français
hold on.
déguisé pour me poser cette
I
question.
think that you're a
Est-ce qu'il y a, oui,
French
est-ce qu'il y a une vraie
journalist
stratégie du
in
coup avant ces
disguise.
séances? Parce que
But
la
is
France,
there
on
a
l'a connu
strategy
à
when you
l'Euro,
think
mais
it?
aussi
Because
à la
well,
Coupe du
not
Monde.
just at
On
the
a
Euros,
surtout
but
la
we've
chance
had our fair share of
lorsqu'il y a eu
penalty
des matchs,
shootouts.
enfin la chance,
Yes,
ou la réussite
we've been lucky,
d'avoir
maybe
des matchs à
lucky, or
élimination directe,
we
il y en a eu
have
pas mal, où on les a
gone
gagnés
to
au bout des
knockouts. We've had a
90
lot of
minutes.
knockout games
Après
that
les
we've actually
séances
won
de
after the 90
penalty, est-ce
minutes.
que ça
But
se
yes, for
prépare?
penalty
Oui, on les
shootouts,
prépare parce qu'on
do
a
you
des
need to
infos sur
prepare them?
l'adversaire
Yes, we have to
et
prepare
sur nos
them because we've
propres
got
joueurs.
info about the opponent,
Après,
and we
dans
also know
tout
who
ce
our
que
own
vous
players
pouvez
are.
prévoir,
But
si vous prenez
in
la
what you
dernière
can
qui nous a
predict,
concernés,
and if you take the last penalty
et j'ai fait
shootout that
7
we
changements,
did,
donc
7
entre ceux qui étaient
changes.
prévus et ceux qui
So
peuvent
between those
tirer,
who were
c'est
meant
pas
to and
forcément
those who
les mêmes,
can
mais
shoot, it's not always the same
mon
people.
objectif, c'est de faire en
But
sorte que on n'aille
my
pas jusqu'à
objective
là,
is to
mais
ensure that
si on
we
doit y aller,
don't get to penalty
on
shootout.
ira.
But if we do,
Bonsoir
we'll go.
Didier, Loïc Braillet, RMC Sport.
Good
Tu as répété
evening,
ces derniers jours
MC
à tes joueurs qu'une
Sports.
nouvelle
You keep
compétition
saying
débute
that there's a new composition
dans
that's
la
starting
compétition.
um,
Voilà.
in the
Qu'est-ce que tu
competition, new
attends de
competition within the
différent et de
competition.
mieux de leur
So,
part
what
sur
is
ce
going
match
to
de
be
demain?
different and what is going to be better from your boys?
C'est pas des matchs de poule, on a eu le parcours qu'on a eu,
It's
comme la
not a group
Belgique a eu
phase.
son
We've had
parcours,
the group
chaque équipe,
phase,
voilà. Et
just like
là,
Belgium.
voilà,
All of the different teams went through their group
c'est
phase,
une
and
nouvelle
now we're in
compétition dans la
a new
compétition,
phase
puisque
of
là,
the
il n'y a pas
competition, a new
de
competition within a
rattrapage possible ou quoi
competition,
que ce soit. Donc,
because
en face,
there
c'est
are no second
forcément
chances now.
les équipes qui sont qualifiées, c'est qu'elles ont été meilleures que
The
celles qui ont
teams
été
that have
éliminées.
qualified were the teams that were
Même
better
s'il
than
peut
those who
avoir
went home.
des analyses
Even though,
qui peuvent
obviously,
être
you can have
discutables,
different
mais
analyses that
tout
are up for
tout ce
discussion,
qu'on a fait déjà de
but
bien, en se
everything
créant
that we've
beaucoup
done,
d'occasions,
everything that we did
évidemment.
well, we created a lot of
Même si la
chances.
Belgique a mis autant de buts que nous,
Even
puisqu'ils en ont
if I
mis deux,
think Belgium
c'est de
scored
fait de
as
pouvoir
many goals
avoir
as
une
we did,
efficacité.
it's
Après, c'est
just
pas
about
faire
being
une fixation là-dessus,
having
mais
that cutting edge in front
c'est
of
valable
the
pour
goal.
n'importe quel match. Et au niveau,
And you can say
évidemment,
the same for any
pour
high
pouvoir
level
gagner le
game.
match, il faut marquer. Donc,
If you want to
on
win
l'a
the
pas fait.
game, you
Ça
have to
peut
score the
arriver
goals.
aussi,
That's not what we've been
que ce soit
doing. It
pour une équipe ou
happens to the best of us, be this for a team, be it for the best goal scorers. I'm not speaking about myself, obviously, but everyone's been there. It can be a month, it can be 4, 5, 6 games. You can say, okay, it's been 6 games in 3 minutes that you haven't scored. Okay, fine. But it's not in a click of my fingers that this is going to change. I understand that data is important, but we also want to put the bar up a little higher because we're going to come up against a great team tomorrow. Good evening, Didier. Emmanuel Barguet for the AFP. You are no stranger to these types of rounds of 16s, 5-2 Ireland, 5-3 Argentina. Are you going to have that eureka moment, that light bulb moment? That they weren't asleep. It's not about waking up. We did what we did. We could have done better, but no one was. Everyone was attentive. Everyone was with it. You know that quality is there. Obviously, I'm the one that chose these guys. But if you look at any teams, you've got players who are disappointed because they haven't played a single minute up until now. Okay, and I'm happy that they're disappointed to not be playing. But this is a turning point, and we've also got the fact that we're in the knockout phases, which means that the demands are a little bit higher. And we need to put it out the bag on the pitch. Good evening, Didier, Sébastien, for l'équipe. 2 questions for you just very quickly. No, you're just allowed one. Have you felt a change in attitude within your squad? And second, are you your wingers, do you want them to be more attacking, more concentration? I think that the week was long here because we had 4 days and we had where everyone was going home or we're getting back very late. Now we've had 2 days where people are able to see their families, that we've had good training sessions as well for those who had played and for those who hadn't had any playing time. And this is important because when you've got 4 days off, you've got 2 rest days, and then we're suddenly the eve of the game. But my players are just as they were at the beginning. They are concentrated. The past is a past now. It's behind us. We know exactly. They know why we're here, and they know what the objective is tomorrow. What was the second question? On the flanks? The interpreter apologizes. The journalist is not using a microphone. I don't know. It depends what you want them to do on the flanks, yeah? Maybe they're just here to cross, but cross is a part of football, are they not? That could be an alternative. It's not the same quality as I'd be looking at on the left and the right, maybe.
Oui, bonjour, Grégory Schneider, Libération. Vous, jusqu'ici,
Grégory from Libération.
en phase finale, mettez beaucoup de buts.
Up until now, we've had teams, your teams, score a lot of goals. And we're seeing that. Is that my fault that they're not scoring as many goals? No, but does this not generate a sort of stress? You guys are the ones that generate that stress. But you're focusing on something. Yes, it's factual, but when it's factual, I can't say anything to you. But yes, Belgium scored 2 goals. But is there not tension? Is there tension with this? No, not at all. We've got some players who are experienced, some who are less so. But for a player who doesn't have that much experience, the fact that they're not able to keep a cool head or keep that gesture, I'm not. It's even with a goal scorer. If you've got a goal scorer who's being reminded, hey, you're not scoring goals, it's something that maybe can have an impact. And I've seen players in this situation. And then you will have that eureka moment, and it will come. I don't think that we need to make a mountain out of this molehill. But we do need to be more efficient. Is there a strategy that you have for knockout phases in the Euros? Do you have things that you definitely don't need to do? I'm not going to go into details because I think my answer is already quite long. In the morning, I get up and I say, I know what I don't know. Obviously, I've got a few years of experience under my belt, but I know that there are things that you shouldn't do. I'm not going to tell you what, but okay, I know what not to do. Okay, we're not going to go into a war here. But it's still football. It's football, and with the team that we've got tomorrow, obviously there are a lot of qualities, but only one is going to be going home smiling, or it's going to be us tomorrow, we hope. Good evening, Baptiste for Le Figaro. When you see what's happening with Germany, with Italy, with England, who have actually just gone into extra time, what does this say about this Euro? That everyone's finding it hard? And that the teams who are here, even though on the paper they should be considered as the underdogs, we've got high intensity, we're seeing everything and anything, and apart from maybe the two teams that qualified after 2 games, it was Portugal and Spain, who were able to handle the third game as they wished. For the rest of us, there was a third game that was very important. And you can look at the big boys and you can look at the outside, the underdogs, but it's high-level football. And on the teams that are considered to be the grand nations on paper, we're doing everything we can to stay in it. But actually, it's something that's quite intense, highly intense. We've got high levels of intensity. And obviously the temperature today is better than how hot it was for the last game. But this also comes into play, and this means that there's more uncertainty for the games. We're going to take one last question. Good evening, Charlotte Harper. I'd like to speak about Samuel Umtiti and the goal he scored against Belgium. Oh, yes, okay, a little while ago. What do you think of the way that he sacrificed himself for the team during the competition and the impact? Sacrificed? Yeah. Why did he sacrifice himself? Because he was injured. Yes, but we've got players now, and for all the teams, there are players who are playing with injuries or little niggles who could, unfortunately, after the tournament, find that their injuries are worse. Samuel Ntiti knew exactly what he was doing. In fact, that was how he was able to score the decisive goal. Thank you.
Bonne soirée.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and see you tomorrow.